All right, boys and girls, good morning. We are going to find out about how Peter fared with his revenge on horrid Henry. So we know that perfect Peter was absolutely sick and tired of horrid Henry, his brother, playing tricks on him. So he thought he would take revenge. He thought, oh, sweet, sweet revenge. I'm going to get back at horrid Henry. And he came up with a pretty good idea after he left some other ideas behind that he didn't think would be horrible enough or would be enough of a revenge on Henry. So if you remember, he started writing love letters from Henry to the girls in the girls' club. And so we left off with the girls yelling, saying, "Henry loves Margaret, Henry loves Margaret." "Peter!" bellowed horrid Henry. "Come here this minute." I'm going to read that again. "Peter!" bellowed horrid Henry. "Come here this minute." Ooh, what does bellowed mean? Could we find another word, a synonym, another word for bellowed? I'm going to put that question in class kick today. Perfect Peter crept out of the house to the fort. Henry had found out about the note and the poem. He was dead. "Goodbye, cruel world," thought Peter. "Did you see anyone going into the secret club carrying a note?" demanded Henry, glaring. Perfect Peter's heart began to beat again. "No," said Peter. And that really wasn't a lie, because he hadn't seen himself. "I want you to stand guard by the wall and report anyone suspicious to me at once," said Henry. "Why?" said Peter innocently. "None of your business, worm," snapped Henry. "Just do as you're told." "Yes, Lord High Excellent Majesty of the Purple Hand," said Perfect Peter. "Whew, what a lucky escape," Peter thought. Henry sat on his purple hand throne and thought. Who was this foul fiend? Who was this evil genius? Who was spreading these nasty rumors? He had to find out and then strike back hard before the snake struck again. But who'd want to be his enemy? He was such a nice, kind, friendly boy. Boys and girls, would you ever describe Henry as nice, kind, and friendly? Do you think Henry really thinks he is nice, kind, and friendly? True, rude Ralph wasn't very happy when Henry called him Ralphie Walphie. Tough Toby wasn't too pleased when Henry de-pantsed him during playtime. And for some reason, Brainy Brian didn't see the joke when Henry scribbled all over his book report. Vain Violet said she'd pay Henry back for pulling her pigtails. And just the other day, Fiery Fiona said Henry would be sorry he'd laughed during her speech in the assembly. Even kind Cassim warned Henry to stop being so horrid, or he'd teach him a lesson he would never forget. But maybe Margaret was behind the whole plot. He had stink-bombed her secret club after all. The list of suspects was rather long. It had to be Ralph. Ralph loved playing practical jokes. Well, it's not funny, Ralph thought horrid Henry. Let me see how you like it. Perhaps a little poem to Miss Battleaxe. Horrid Henry grabbed a piece of paper and he began to scribble. "Oh, Boudicca dear, whenever you're near, I just want to cheer. Oh, big old teacher, your carrot nose is your best feature. You are so sweet, I would like to kiss your feet. What a treat even though they smell of meat. Dear Miss Battleaxe, clear out your earwax, so you can hear me say, no need to frown. But your pants are falling down. Oh boy, boys and girls, Horrid Henry sure can rhyme, but I'm not sure how it's going to go over. Ha 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 ha, thought Henry. He'd sign the poem Ralph. Get to school early and pin the poem on the door of the girls' bathroom. Then Ralph would get into big trouble. But wait, what if Ralph wasn't responsible? Could it be Toby after all? Or Margaret? There is only one thing to do. Uh-oh. What do you think he's going to do, boys and girls? What is the one thing Henry's going to do now? Think. Henry copied his poem 7 times, signing each copy with a different name. He would post them all over school tomorrow. One of them was sure to be guilty. Henry sneaked into school, then quickly pinned up his poems on every bulletin board. That done, he swaggered on to the playground. Revenge is sweet, thought Horrid Henry. There was a crowd gathered outside the boys' bathroom. What's going on? Shrieked Horrid Henry, pushing and shoving his way through the crowd. Henry loves Margaret, chanted tough Toby. Henry loves Margaret, chanted rude Ralph. Uh-oh. Henry glanced at the bathroom door, and there was a note taped to it. Dear Margaret, I love you. Will you marry me? Henry. Henry's blood froze. He ripped the note off the door. Margaret wrote it to herself, blustered Horrid Henry. Didn't, said Margaret. Did, said Henry. Besides, you love me, shrieked Susan. No, I don't, shrieked Henry. That's 'cause you love me, said Margaret. I hate you, shouted Henry. I hate you more, said Margaret. I hate you more, said Henry. You started it, said Margaret. Didn't. Did. You asked me to marry you. No way, shrieked Henry. And you sent me a poem, said Susan. No, I didn't, howled Henry. Well, if you didn't, then who did, said Margaret. And then there was silence. Henry, came a little voice. Can we play pirates after school today? Horrid Henry thought, an incredible thought. Moody Margaret thought, an incredible thought. Sour Susan thought, an incredible thought. 3 pairs of eyes stared at Perfect Peter. What? Said Peter. What was their incredible thought, boys and girls? What conclusion did they all come to? Henry, Margaret, and Susan. Uh-oh. Help! Shrieked Perfect Peter, and he turned and ran. Arrgh! Shrieked Horrid Henry, chasing after him. You're dead meat, worm. Miss Battleaxe marched onto the playground, and she was clutching a sheaf of papers in her hand. Margaret? Brian? Ralph? Toby? Violet? Cassim? Fiona, what is the meaning of these poems? Straight to the principal's office, now. And just then Perfect Peter crashed into her. Smash! Miss Battleaxe toppled backward into the garbage. And you too, Peter, gasped Miss Battleaxe. Wah! Wailed Perfect Peter. From now on, he'd definitely be sticking to good deeds. Whoever said revenge was sweet didn't have Horrid Henry, a brother like Horrid Henry. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that chapter. Tomorrow we will start our last chapter, but let's think about the idea of revenge, because I'm going to ask you, is it worth it? Is it worth it to go all that trouble to think up mean thoughts and mean ideas to get back at somebody? And did it really work out for Peter in the end? I don't think so. So I will be asking you about, is revenge worth it when you get to class kick? I will also, if you remember, be asking you about the word bellowed. And then I think there was another word I really liked, but I can't find it right now. So we'll probably just stick to bellowed. And then I want to think about some of the fun nicknames. Tough Toby, Rude Ralph. So like you find a letter, a word that sort of describes you that starts with the same letter as your name, and then you come up with a cool nickname. Or not cool, like Rude Ralph. But I'm sure Ralph isn't just rude. I'm sure he has other character traits. So we're going to be thinking of fun nicknames too. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the story. Have fun with Class Kick. And I will see you later on Class Kick to give you my feedback. Boys and girls, remember, always check back to see what Miss Alford has to say and your grade. Have a great day.